Welcome to day 3. Today we're going to talk about the game plan. Questions like, where do you want to be in 6 months, 6 weeks? So, the most important message that we want to convey today is, it is important to have a plan. You know, I highly recommend that you listen to this particular message today as many times as you need to, so you can really understand the power, the very simple but powerful concept of visualization. You know, our mind is so powerful that literally, if we can see it, then we can become it. However, today we are going to give you some tips on exactly how this works and why it works. Having a plan for your life it's where it all starts. You know, I'm sure that many of you have been told that having a plan is the key to success. You may have written down your plan, worked your plan, but you're still nowhere near your ultimate goal. Why is this? It is because you've really only done half of the work. You haven't done the most important half, which is the visualization. So, contrary to what teachers and counselors will tell you, it's not enough to just create the plan. If you want to see your dreams and desires manifest into reality, then you must not just have a plan, you must have a visualized plan. It is that visualization that places your plan into action. So take a minute and just write down where you would like to be in your career in the next 6 months to a year. If you have to pause this audio and think about your answer, then do so. Now, I want you to look at what you've written down, and I want you to see yourself in that goal. I want you to feel yourself doing that job in this present moment. You see, the ability to escape and let your mind go to your career destiny is a powerful asset that we all have. But you have to really visualize yourself in that job. Okay, now that you have started that visualization process, what you have really done is you've created a memory of that vision in your mind. It's so important. You actually took a mental trip, and guess what? You arrived. You now know it's possible to get there. Now the only goal is to manifest, put into action that particular goal. You know, one of the other key steps is to learn how to think backwards. So we have the visualization process, and then we have the process of learning how to think backwards. And that's a really important step that we want to teach you today. You see, thinking backwards, or what some people refer to as reverse engineering, this is when you visually move back from your end game to where you are presently. Now, let me explain. Because if you can understand this concept of proof is flawless. And here's how it works. Once you have created a short-term goal and settled in on the power and the purpose of that goal, you then create the dream or vision. And once your mind has you exactly where you want to be, you can begin to figure out how you got there by working backwards. For example, Let's say you want to be the manager of your local bank, and your position today is a bank teller. So you visualize yourself sitting in the manager's office, leaning back in that big chair and gazing out of that big window. Focus on the enhanced compensation, and you're focused on the leadership and the motivational skills, all required to run the bank. Now you begin to work backwards. You then see yourself as the assistant manager, working outside of the manager's office, in a slightly smaller office. Then you continue to work backwards, and you see yourself as the bank coordinator who reports to the assistant manager. And then finally, you see yourself as the head teller, who's in charge of all the other bank tellers. Now, what just happened? See, by thinking backwards from your end game, your mind just mapped out how to reach your career goal from your present situation. Your brain now understands completely what to do next and what those positions look and feel like. You know this because you have already mentally experienced this. So if you adhere to this simple concept using the bank manager example, your next goal would be to become the head teller. And then within 6 months to a year, you just might be on your way to being that bank manager. That is a pathway to success in action. Until next time, Godspeed.